Sorry for the double intro, but hello and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. Tonight we would have talked with Professor Dan Chodorkoff, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. For some odd reason, we are not able to get a hold of Professor Chodorkoff. So, I figured tonight we'll just go ahead and instead of canceling the interview, we would just do a summarization of what information I have about Dan Chodorkoff, and we'll just move ahead. So it might be a little bit of a shorter podcast, but I think we might be able to do it some justice. Okay. So Dan Chodorkoff is a professor. He's a college professor and in cultural anthropology, the branch of anthropology focusing on the study of cultural variation among humans. Um, Dan wrote a couple of books, one of which we're talking about, which would be, despite the similarities of the book, according to his own life, the book is called Sugaring Down. His novel draws on observations and experiences of his life. Not necessarily an autobiography, but the passage of time that he took while he was living on a commune that he found interesting back in 1967. So his life and the others on the commune in the 1970s during the Vietnam War, it bears to mention that Dan was opposed to the war and joined the communes and with people of like-minded influences. So the book was based on his undertakings into the commune. Apparently the book, I think, was around about 418 pages and could have easily been broken down to maybe more than one or two or three books. But Dan found it important to put all the content under one book, and that I find extremely fascinating, and I would have loved to dive deeper with Dan on that. So he also had a previous novel of Lucidia. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that right. But this book was started more placed about the New York's Lower East Side, about an abandonment of a child. So that I would have liked to have dived a little bit deeper into his thoughts about where the book had taken place and how he had projected it into a bigger novel. So, and I would have asked him about the Murray Book Chai, where he is a co-founder. Like I said, Dan is a psychologist, a professor. So it would have been really awesome to dive a little bit deeper into the culture anthropology standpoints and how he sees a lot of situations, especially in today's times and things that we have went through, COVID related and vice versa, as far as world standing events. So I would love for you guys to look up his book.